Okay, go ahead and do it one more time.
It's mad at me.
Okay, go ahead and log in, Brent.
It's mad at me. Please let go of arms.
Because it has to reset the arm. Okay. Good, I can't do that. That's no. I'm using my left hand. Punk. Punk. What else do you want to do? Huh? You want to try that?
Sounds like a computer.
Yeah.
Probably is, huh?
Yeah. You can make the ball move. Ah, the ball just went by. It hit the instrument. Get all that spam. Good work.
Good work. Here's one way to avoid spam. Visit the webpage studio to see more tips and a photo of you playing Wacko Spam.
But it's gonna be on your tech pass. Made it look straight at you.
Yes, I was waving at it. Now turn around. Remember, you got to go through your back. Backwards. You got to go backwards. No, almost.
Close. 4 is great.
What's the top of the name?
The top of the day, I haven't seen anyone over 4 to the church.
It's just
Oh, okay.
the,
What church is that?
It's Church of the House. I don't know what the name is.
You don't know what it is. Pretty big.
But it's not really his. It's my mom's house.
What golf course is that?
I'm not sure what the name of it is. I think it's Coyote Hollow, or I'm not sure. Because there's actually
I don't play golf anyway, so I don't.
Yeah, me either.
No, this is actually not the entering
So you
side.
can
Yeah.
actually like print it and stuff, and it'll give you like. a
Unfortunately, you can if this were on your computer, but on
Yeah,
ours, we
but-
don't have a printer hooked
yeah.
up for this, so we can't. Right? Well, you're relieving me?
I'm relieving
Of
you.
what? Relief? Okay.
Are you relieved? Okay.
Road information uploaded. New course trajectory set. Destination Mars. Now passing planet Saturn. Approaching Deimos. Approaching Phobos. Approaching Mars. Initiating surface approach. Arriving destination, gathering statistical data for planet Mars. Probe information uploaded. New course trajectory set. Destination, Jupiter.
there?
Oh yeah. That's so nice the way they got to have the Richter scale there. I think the closer the better, right?
Yeah, the closer is better. You're closer to the seismograph.
Can't get it to go any higher. You try, bud.
Your video camera, huh?
Whoa.
Yeah, look at that. Those good sine waves.
That first one was okay, but I couldn't get it higher than that.
That's what the earthquake will look like when you see it. You know, when it's going. That's what it looks like. The little guys.
Yeah, we actually These went are to. better than the other ones on these tags. I went to Caltech to see all the
They what?
Caltech where they have them all.
Yes.
All of.
Go
ahead
down
and-
in
go ahead.
Pasadena.
Oh, it's starting. Yeah, my aunt used to.
You can get on it too. Yeah, we got 37 seconds. And then as soon as you get on, it's ready to start it. There we go. Look this way now. Look up here.
Oh, way up there.
Yeah, there's a camera up there. And snap a shot as soon as it starts.
This is the earthquake. This is how it felt. The earthquake I went in.
6.1. No, that's 6.9.
This is where the Bay Bridge fell. How bad it was?
Yeah.
You were driving?
Yeah.
You were driving?
Uh-huh.
It lasts about 30.
Oh, 30 seconds.
And then we have another one called the Turkey Quake. And it's,
But,
yeah, oh yeah, it's always a mob scene, yeah.
Yeah.
Is there always someone here on weekday or no?
Oh, sure. Okay, look at Dad there. You see it shaking. Starts dying.
These earthquakes kill a lot of people?
What?
Did any of these earthquakes kill anybody?
This quake killed people. Not here, but in Turkey.
Like in different places and stuff?
Scan your,
Yeah, you can scan it too.
If you scan it like 50 times, well,
Oh, yeah.
update your record. Four is hard to beat, huh?
Yeah.
No, it's set up for 60 seconds, so.
Yeah, but it's on like a computer. Programs more than
Well, there, you know, I don't know exactly how it's established in 60 seconds.
But
And whether or not they can change that or not. It's always been 60 seconds.
oh, it has.
Yeah.
That's probably a good amount of time.
Yeah. If you make it, right now it wouldn't matter because there's nobody here, you know. You can go again if you want to.
I know.
Because there's nobody waiting.
But if there's people waiting,
There's a lot of people then, yeah.
even if there's one person waiting, it's that person.
Yeah.
Have you seen that over there, the exploration theater
What?
over there? The explore. What planet you want to go to?
Code information uploaded. New course trajectory set. Destination Mars. Approaching Deimos. Approaching Phobos.
What's that, Brent? Hey, Brent, don't mess with that.
Approaching Mars. Initiating surface approach.
It's cool. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Arriving destination. Gathering statistical data for planet Mars. Code information uploaded. New course trajectory set. Destination Venus.
Okay, ready? Got it.
All right. Good girl, Yuki. Good girl.
You always want to give her that pat on the head.
Good girl.
Nancy, you might do something with that. I should watch Yuki. Oh, Yuki's sad. Going back to pick it up. I haven't seen Yuki do this before. So Yuki will surprise us every now and then. And there's a trick that is just barely displayed.
Oh, that's different.
quiet right now. It's not even quiet enough. So a lot of times Yuki can't hear what's going on. Plus, Yuki can only understand certain words.
Yuki!
I think Yuki's going for that cone right now. I think she thinks the cone's a ball.
Good guy.
Let's see, what else? Now, Yuki can also recognize patterns, like this one right here. This is the dance card I showed you. And that helps Yuki out with things. So let's say when I say, Yuki, let's dance, she doesn't respond. Well, what I can do is I can do this. Yuki, let's dance. And she still might not respond. But that's because Yuki, for one, there are a couple different reasons why Yuki might not respond. One, she might not hear it or might not see the card, either because of the lighting or the noise, either way. The other thing, though, is she might just not want to do it right now. Yuki, let's dance. Let's dance. That's not a dance.
That's a mark.
Let's dance.
Oh, she's pretty neat. I think she's cute. Just like, can I get one of those ones?
Because I saw each commercial. You can tell I'm here. Watch if I walk away. Hold on. I can't see. Let's go. You know what these remind me of? Oh, there's
Those look like the airline ones, huh?
yeah. Kind of like the I thought the tower was a Holiday Inn or something. Days Inn. Okay, let's go.
Remember how it was very, very super bright?
Yeah.
Let me see your tag.
Here, just leave it here. Just leave it.
You want it? Just put it in there.
No, downstairs. Can I go?
Yeah.
I'll wait for you.
Yeah.
You guys here. Eddie, I'll meet you over there, okay? Eddie.
And this one we call Yuki. Yuki is white. Yuki's white and Japanese. And she's a girl because we think Yuki's a girly name. This version also comes in black.
Is it talking?
She can bark. And there is a voice that she'll do, like which is in diagnostic mode, like asking you to, learn different things. It's a guy's voice, so go figure. She has a couple different sensors. There's one on her back, one on her head, one underneath her chin, and then she has sensors on the balls of each of her feet. And the ones on the balls of her feet actually allow her to know whether or not she's standing on something. And when she's not, she'll look for the floor. And when I say look, I mean really, really good.
I love it.
She can actually tell whether what she's standing on is like a hard, like wood or carpet or anything like that.
You wouldn't have to clean up that.
She's actually cheaper than a regular dog. School dogs, a mid-sized dog raised to adulthood costs about $6,000 or $8,000. So she's $1,900. So in that sense, she's cheaper.
But if there's
What are her
anything,
medical bills?
yeah,
like?
if anything goes wrong with her, you got a telephone to the helpline, which should probably end it.
Yeah, I'm not as familiar with the help aspect. So eventually go all the way around.
Oh, really?
All right.
Almost. You almost got 5.
Actually, can I do it one more time?
Sure, go ahead. We don't have anybody here.
You're going past it too fast. That's fine, huh?
Yeah. Moon, I'm 12 pounds.
Where?
On the moon.
On the moon, you're 12 pounds?
Yeah.
How about on Mars?
29.2. On the moon, 12.3.
What do they have here?
What's this?
Read what it says. Earth, Mars, and the moon. You want to see the different materials that are on the Earth, the Mars, and the moon? Look, Brent. Look.
Whoa. This has a lot of stuff. Buddy, why isn't this working?
See on the moon?
Look, this is hooked up to the internet, bud. Just some kind of... Buddy, wouldn't it be cool to have these? But if you had these, buddy, if you had these, you could make your own little train station. You know what I mean, bud?
Yeah.
You could make your own train station.
Oh, because they look like them, huh? It's not? I'll go over there and then I'll check it out.
It even has an internet cable going into it. It has an Ethernet cable going into it.
Okay, in space they can grow. Look at on the moon.
See that connector? That's
Yeah.
plugged into it. The Ethernet connector.
On the moon they could grow their own salad, their own lettuce.
There's an Ethernet. Look. Look down here. There's
Oh yeah, connected to this?
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Oh, that's listening to. You know what that is? You know these big antennas? These big dish? This dish right here? It listens for sounds from outer space to see if there's other civilizations out there that are sending radio signals. Those are different frequencies. A lot of it is just space noise and earth noise, terrestrial noise. Almost. 2 seconds.
2 seconds?
2 seconds too long. Huh?
Okay.
Yeah. You want to try to find me out here? You want to go take and find me?
do that again? Okay, do it now.
Oh, you weren't even recording.
What?
Did you stop recording?
Actually, I'm gonna do it.
Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ah, I didn't count that last one, did it?
Yeah. Why do they have green and red turned on, but they don't have less than 1 minute. Should I close the doors right now or not?
No.
Thirteen 48 Benchwater Street, home of Maria Perez, daughter of Mr. and Mrs. Perez, and certified bundle of energy. I live at 1346, which gives me the very great privilege of being Maria's neighbor. She keeps me on my toes these days, but I think you'll see what I mean. I think I hear her coming now.
Garage to work on my project.
Morning. You're up early. I guess you already met Mr. Thomas. Now that he's retired, he spends all his time in his garden. That is when he's not telling me his stories. Have you told him about my project yet?
I wouldn't dream of it, Maria. You better bring him up to speed.
At school, we've been learning about energy and how we use it in our everyday lives. Did you know that as a planet, we throw out 12 billion batteries a year? That's not good for the environment. Here's something even more interesting. The Earth gets more energy from the sun in one day than all the power plants in the world produce in 1 year. Our teacher wants us to do a report on what we've learned so far. But I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to invent something that will help me stop wasting batteries and still be able to listen to my CD player. My invention will be my report.
As an inventor, you'll be taking your place in a line of very distinguished people. That's because our world is full of inventions which make our lives easier. That lawn chair over there was invented. So's the vacuum your dad's using inside the house. Even these garden shears were invented by someone. It would be hard to imagine what our lives would be like without our inventions. That's because inventions solve real-life problems.
It's like a game. You tell us a problem and we'll try to guess the invention.
Okay, then. Are you ready? It's 1944. While on vacation with her family, a young girl asks her father why she can't see the picture he's just taken of her. What did her father invent so that she could have her own way?
That's an easy one. Instant cameras.
Right. The Polaroid camera was invented by Edwin Land. The Land camera, as it was called, first went on sale 4 years later in 1948. All right, here's another. People and computers don't talk the same language. People use words, and computers use numbers like ones and zeros. This made talking to a computer very difficult and very tedious. What invention solved this problem?
A computer language? Like Windows or BASIC?
Right on the money. But exactly what language? Rear Admiral Grace Murray Hopper invented the very first computer language that used English words to program a computer. She showed that computers could be used for more than math problems. Incidentally, Admiral Hopper coined the word debug to mean repairing a computer glitch when she discovered a moth inside a computer she was fixing. Here's one more. Listen to this movie sound. Great shot, Jim. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
Got it? Now listen to the way it sounded to audiences when it was first used in 1977. Great shot, Jim. That was 1 in a million.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.
What's the invention?
The second version sounds a lot better. It's clearer and richer. But I'm not quite sure what the invention is.
An invention of Ray Dolby's, famous for inventing Dolby noise reduction. Dolby Stereo revolutionized the way sound is heard in theaters today. Ray Dolby even won an Academy Award for his invention.
We better get back to work. I did mention that you're going to help me with my project, didn't I? Good, I thought so. Here's the plan so far. We need to find a way to replace all the disposable batteries we use for things like portable stereos and games. Now you're thinking rechargeable batteries do that already, but let's be realistic. There's never a charged one around when you need one, and they can still run out in the middle of a good song. But think about a car battery. Whenever you use your car, the battery is charging, so it's always juiced up when you need it. That's where these old solar calculators come in. Solar calculators have solar panels, which, as you know, turn everyday sunlight into electricity. My plan is to attach a bunch of solar panels to this vest, so when I walk around outside, the vest is continually creating electricity. Then what we do is wire the solar panels to a battery charger in this waste pouch. From the waste pouch, you should be able to run all of your electronic accessories. First, we need to figure out how many solar panels we need to charge your batteries. All of you have a solar panel in front of you. All of them are wired together and attached to this voltmeter, which would tell us how much electricity we're making. How many volts do we have with all all the panels working. Let's have the first row cover their solar panels with their hands. How many volts does that give us? Now, while the first row keeps theirs covered, let's have the second row cover theirs. Now do what you feel like. Keep your hand over your solar panel or take your hand off. This is good. It gives me a pretty good idea. I think we need about 8 solar panels facing the sun at one time.
I'm impressed. You're thinking like an inventor, using ideas from different places in new ways to solve a problem. It reminds me of a very creative inventor from Nebraska who used an idea from one place to solve a problem in another. When he was a young man, Harold Edgerton used to spend his summers repairing power lines after thunderstorms. Now in Nebraska, the storms are big ones that can be seen for miles across the prairies. At night, Edgerton would notice that sudden flashes of light given off by the lightning would freeze the motion of the other power workers. Later on, when he was studying to become an electrical engineer, he figured out that you could study a whirling motor with quick flashes of light, just like the lightning had done all those summers. Harold Doc Edgerton went on to invent the electric strobe light. His work led to advances in many fields, including high-speed photography, stop-motion photography, slow-motion movies, and underwater photography.
You make it sound so simple, but this is going to be a lot harder than I thought. I've got all the solar panels on the vest, but some have to be attached in series and others in parallel. I think you're confused. And that's not the worst part. I've been reading the manual on these rechargeable batteries, and it turns out they have something called memory, and that means they can lose life as you charge them. It looks like I'll need a different type of battery.
Having a good idea is only half the battle, usually the easiest part. Making your idea real takes a lot of hard work. Every inventor has to overcome obstacles and setbacks. There's usually a wrong turn or two along the way. But if what you're doing is important enough, you'll find a way. That's what Stephanie Pollack discovered when she was working on the invention of Kevlar.
There certainly were many days in which I was very much discouraged, but I'm a fighter by nature, and I would just keep plugging away. In the course of this work, I also had to convince other people that these solutions that looked so very impractical and which were totally new to these people, that they would produce, good fibers.
And not only does Kevlar save hundreds of lives every year, but also it is used in many other things, from car brake pads.
Hey, you in the front row, sit down. Watch the show.
What? I said, what's that thing you wear? It's my solar-powered vest. I mean, it's not the vest that's solar-powered. The solar panels on the vest are powering my CD player. This happens to be my very own invention.
That's really cool. Can I see?
Sure. Just remember that it's environmentally friendly, so it doesn't have to look good.
But no one will buy it if it doesn't look good, or if it doesn't feel good to wear. I think you need to make the solar panels spin in better with the design on the vest. I can help out, if that's okay with you. I have some magazines at home that might help us come up with some ideas.
Sure, and I can help you deliver the rest of your papers on the way to your place.
Yeah.
Ah, two talented people working together to make something as good as it can be. Reminds me of two other young people who teamed up to work on some great ideas. Their story is a big part of how computers came to be in almost every home, and what made home computers one of the biggest industries in our nation.
Steve and I had a year which we called In the Garage, and really we were just
that's when they made Apple Computer.
Having a little company,
in the garage.
Not making any money. We might have had been a little burst, a bit of fad, and then just gone out of business. If
That's
we
when they
had
made Apple
people
Computer.
that knew how to run a business, what kind of people to hire, how to keep your business running and controlled so you don't spend too much money and lose it all. We had really good teamwork at Apple, and that was the thing that separated us from a ton of other little startups back then.
In see how this one looks almost like a shoulder pad? We could do something like this.
Look at these solar panels. They're bendable. They'd be perfect for attaching to clothes. We'll have to email them to see how much they cost.
They look cool, too. Sort of space age.
It's a solar look!
What you are witnessing is a transformation. A transformation from invention to innovation. What do I mean by innovation? Consider the story of Post-it notes.
Who needs a sticky note? The world's gotten along without them for years and years, you know. But when people started using them and finding applications for them in their own lives, very quickly they became addicts. And they all found creative uses for them in their own lives that they wouldn't have foreseen if you had asked them. So by leaving them with a product, they found that it solved their real needs for communicating.
That's the difference between an invention and an innovation. Inventions are good ideas, maybe even great ideas. But true innovations always result in a product that people will use. They fill a need in people's lives and offer new possibilities for doing things in new ways. And it always takes many people to make a true innovation.
Clearly, innovation has made possible the development of whole new industries and provided a great boost to the American economy over the past decade. What we're seeing is that this technology is impacting and bringing closer together the whole world. So the whole global economy is benefiting from this great burst of technical innovation.
Our country thrives on innovation, and each new technology gives rise to many more new ideas. Think of the invention of the phone. Now that was a clever idea. Then people thought of ways to let us take our phones with us. This led to the innovation of cellular phones. Innovations in the way computers talk to one another led to the internet, and new ways for us to talk to one another. And getting news from all around the world wouldn't be as easy as it is without our advances in satellite technology. Innovation and technology are always changing and growing as more and more minds join in the process, adding their bright new ideas and their dreams.
This season's latest sensation is electric. It's hip. It's the solar look.
We can make a whole line of solar clothes.
We could even have our own catalog on the internet.
Maybe someday all clothes will be made like this. We'd be really famous.
Being an innovator is simply a matter of putting your mind to it. Each of you already has everything it takes to be the next Thomas Edison or Maria Perez. It takes a bit of creativity, a lot of hard work, help from talented people, and sometimes just a little bit of luck.
Don't go yet, Mr. Thomas. Today is your lucky day. Because in honor of all your good advice and stories, we're presenting you with our very first one-of-a-kind solar fishing hat.
Why, thank you very much.
You want to stay for dinner?
Sure, just let me phone Mom.
I'd invite you all to come too, but I don't think there's enough food. Thanks for all your help. I bet we get an A.
Stay right there. Do that again.
Turn it on. See?
Okay.
I just want to see.
Looks like we got the place to ourselves, huh?
Before they go.
You can see this